We are back. Regular scheduled programming, UFC predictions. The UFC is back. We're off for a week, and I believe the week was good for me. It was going to let me recap, reassess, and just lock back in to make good picks and predictions because I was on a little bit of a rut, if you remember. So I was on a bad little streak there of picks. It's time to lock back in. It's time to make some good picks, and that's what I'm going to do right now with this card right here. UFC Fight Night, Song Yadong versus Figueiredo goes down in China tomorrow. I believe the card starts like 4 a.m. for me, which is crazy work. Will not be watching that live. You got me, you know what, up. So, no, I will not be watching that live because I got a lot going on today. Going down to Louisville for Future of Fighting 11, doing some media for them. They're bringing me down there and being a guest. I'm super excited for that. And then Saturday, the day of this card, I'm doing commentary for Ego Fight Series in Ohio, man. I'm busy. I'm going all over, but that will not stop me. That will not stop me from watching the UFC and giving you my breakdown and predictions for every single fight on the card. And that starts with this fight right here, man. You know how nice it is to come back after a week off the UFC, and the first fight I get to see is a women's prelim opener. Bro, the UFC, they know how to tickle my fancy, bro. They know how to tickle my pickle. They give me exactly what I want to see, huh? All right. Loma Luke Boom versus Jacqueline Amorium. Strawweight fight. Excuse me. I almost said bantamweight. Strawweight fight. Not much to it on this fight. Loma's a striker. Striker first. Jacqueline's a grappler first. Striker versus grappler. If Jacqueline wins the fight, it's going to be a smother grapple decision. But I do believe Loma is better, more well-rounded to where she won't let that happen. So I'm going with a Loma Luke Boom decision here, of course. I'm not picking a finish. You'll never see me doing that again. Very rare am I going to pick a women's finish. I'm sorry. We know this. I tried it one time. No, not again. We're not doing that. So give me Loma Luke Boom decision over Jacqueline Amorium to start the show. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Let's move on. Now this one, for some reason, when I did my notes, totally skipped over this fight. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why. And forgive me for I say some of these names. There's a lot of guys on this card from China, because this card is in China. I'm going to screw up some names. I'm sorry. But you know what name I'm not screwing up? Rodrigo Vera. I can get that right. And he's taking on Zhu Kangji. Sorry, brother. That's what's happening here again. I don't have notes on this one. When I look at it, they're both making the UFC debut here. Look at the records, though. 21-4 versus 21-1-1. Those are big records, good records. And what's gonna make me lean either way on each guy is I'm leaning Rodrigo Vera, and I'm gonna lean his way because I believe he's fought better competition and fought better places. Zhu here, I hope that's how you say that. He's a road to the UFC guy. I don't put a lot of stock into those guys. I'm not going to break down why, because I feel like I'm going to come off as racist somehow. I don't know, but I'm not going to put a lot of stock into being a road to the UFC guy. Rodrigo Vera, though, has had some fights and wins on the LFA. So give me Rodrigo Vera here. He has a lot of decisions, too, so he seems like he could be a decision merchant here. So let's go ahead and play it safe. Say Rodrigo Vera, decision here to start his UFC career. There we go. We'll fix that. Start his UFC career over Zhu Kangji in the second fight of the night. Next fight. Oh my goodness. Angela Overkill Hill versus Zhang Jianan. Angela Hill has a losing record in the UFC, mind you. I believe she is 14-16 in the UFC, or like 16-18 or something like that. Yeah. Well, she can't be 16-18 because she's 18-16 in her career. She's 14-16 in the UFC because she was undefeated when she got to the UFC. There we go. She's been in the UFC literally forever. Like I said, really doesn't beat anyone anymore. She's cool. I like Angela Hill. I don't even know if I want to call her a crafty vet at this point. Just a vet. And Zhang Jianan, I'll find what I wrote about her, but I'm pretty sure I remember. She was a champion, I believe, one championship. She's a champion over there. Or she was a champion over there. Yes, exactly. She's a former one championship over there. I believe this is a star-building fight. They know they have a good female women's China prospect here in Zhang Jinan. So I believe that's who the UFC would like to win this fight. That's why you get Angela Hill, who has a losing UFC record. So Angela Overkill Hill, her career been a little bit overkill at this point, brother. So let's go. Give me Zhang Jinan to beat Angela Hill. I'm picking a decision. I have to pick a decision. We know this. Don't make me break it down. But part of me does want to pick a finish for Zhang. I could see it. I could really see it. But Angela Hill's tough. She's tough. She's good at getting beat up. So I'm going to say it's a dominant decision win for Zhang Jinan and her UFC debut over Angela Overkill Hill. Next fight. Sorry. Totally missed with my click there. We got Louis Garoli's back, dude. He just fought like 10 days ago. And he's taking on Rai Saruya. This one's interesting. Garoli just got his first UFC win. He was 0-3, and then he beat Perez like 10 days ago on the Arnold Allen card. And now he's taking on Rai Saruya. Let's read the notes. But, it's interesting because I'm always curious in fights when guys like take a super quick turnaround to see how they look. I always think that's like, that I don't know, that always intrigues me that they do that. So I want to see how he looks since he literally just fought. Saruya's a very good grappler. He's a Japanese jiu-jitsu guy. I have Garoli is tough, but he just got his first win, so he technically does have the momentum. But Rai Saruya, if you look at his record there, 10-1. His only one loss is in the UFC, and it was to the current flyweight champion, Joshua Van. Wow. So, you look at the competition-wise, Rai Saruya's only lost to Joshua Van. Louis Garoli was 0-3 in the UFC before beating Perez, who was not very good. It would be so cool to see Garoli win because he just got his first win, comes back 10 days later, beats a guy that everyone thinks he's going to lose to. That would be cool. But, brother, I'm not picking it. I am not picking it at all. Give me Rai Saruya, third round submission over Louis Garoli. I think Garoli, he liked to put on the pressure. I could see him doing that a lot. But, excuse me, I could see him surviving for a little while because, like I say, he's a tough dude. He's got some momentum on his side. But I think Saruya's just a better grappler. He's going to wear Garoli down and end up getting a submission in the third. That's what we're going with. That's our first finish of the night. I'm not picking another decision. I'm not picking 4 in a row. Who do I look like to you, bro? Who do I look like to you? I'm not doing that. Let's move on. Man, I feel so bad trying to say these names. Cody Haddon. Tough one. Versus Kwang Aurori. Like, bro, I know these guys. Like, I've seen them fight. But saying their names, bro, like, you couldn't. Oh, man, it's hard. You could offer me money to say that correctly, bro. I'm trying. Anyway. Aurori here, he's got KO power. And precision. He's not, like, super sloppy. He's a technical, good timing, powerful striker. Cody Haddon, also KO power. So it should be a fun stand-up fight. I'm definitely expecting a finish here. But when it comes to the striking, I do believe Cody Haddon is better. You look at the records, Aurori has more fights. I just don't even feel right saying their names because I feel like they're just so wrong. I feel like I'm butchering these so bad. Bro here has way more fights, but again, not a lot of it's not like all these are UFC fights. Cody Haddon's been around a little bit longer. I trust him more to get it done. I think his striking is a little bit better. So give me a Cody Haddon here and give me him by second round knockout or TKO in this fight. Again, this should be a fun stand-up striking fight. I don't see it going to decision. I feel like both these guys are known for having good knockout power. So I believe Cody Haddon will get it done by finish in the second round. We move up. Jose Enrique versus Meng Ding. I swear to God, I'm not making these up. Meng Ding versus Jose Enrique. I need to grow up. Ding and Enrique both lost on the Contender Series, but they both have good knockout power. So again, this should be another fun striking fight here. When you look at it, they're both making the UFC debuts. Like I said, they both only lost on the Contender Series. again, I'm gonna almost contradict myself here because last fight I talked about how I didn't put too much into the experience factor. But Meng Ding, bro. Meng Ding. Look at those 35 wins, 9 losses, bro. That's a lot of fights. Jose Enrique has 9 fights. For two guys making their debut, they both come off Contender Series loss. They both like to knock people out. They both been knocking people out before the UFC. It's like, I'm going to go with the guy with more experience. Give me Meng Ding to get it done. And I'm going to pick him by first round. We're going to finally get a first round finish. Give me a Meng Ding first round knockout or TKO for Jose Enrique. Yeah, let's do it, brother. You know what? Let's do it. Give me a knockout here. I want a knockout. You want a knockout. We all want a knockout. Why not make it happen in the first round? Let's go, Meng Ding. Do it for us. Oh my God. I don't want to say these names, bro. Luis Felipe Diaz versus Li Yang Sak. There's no way that is right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I mean, or Sak Lee is how I have it written down. So we'll call him Lee. We're just gonna call him Lee. Lee versus Lewis. Okay. Anyway, they're both making their UFC debuts. Diaz is a grappler first, and Lee is a finisher. So again, I do believe this fight will be a finish. I believe the grappling is going to be the difference here. I believe Luis Felipe Diaz is, of course, going to be the better grappler. So I believe he will get it done. I believe it will be a finish, and I believe it'll be... let's go round... I do believe it's going to be TKO via ground and pound. If I'm getting very specific here, we're going to go TKO ground and pound. Because he's going to look to finish. He's a good grappler. He's a better grappler. Lee here is a finisher, so he's probably going to be aggressive. But I'm going to go with Luis Felipe Diaz. Let's go round 3, ground and pound TKO. Yeah, round 3. We'll do round 3. Why not? Why not? Throw it a round 3 finish. Round 3, TKO. Specifically ground and pound. If we want to get super technical. For Luis Felipe Diaz here. That's my pick. Hopefully we're getting into some names that I can pronounce and not feel bad for butchering again. I am so sorry. Some of these names, bro. And what do you want me to do? You want me to pull up Google Translate on my phone? I'll have Siri play it into the speaker. Like, come on, brother. I'm doing what I can here. But that takes us to the main card. That takes us to the main card. And we start with the flyweights. We got Alex Perez versus Sumadarji. I do know him. And I know how to say his name correctly. We'll read some notes on it. I mean, there's not... what do you need me to tell you about Alex Perez that we don't already know? Alex Perez, dude. Crafty vet. Definition of a crafty vet. He's coming off a knockout over Charles Johnson. Who Charles Johnson holds wins over Lonnie Kavanaugh and flyweight champion Joshua Van. So, if you want to do the MMA math on that... I think he's overhated. People hate on him a lot. He gets a lot of hate. He shouldn't be hated as much as he is. Former title challenger. Did he just say former? Former title challenger, Alex Perez. He challenged Davison Figueiredo for the flyweight title. I think you can guess how that went. But yeah, now he's back. Taking on Sumadarji. My thing is here, Perez, again, with this year, there's been a lot of crafty vets, and I pick against the crafty vets, and they win. So I look wrong. And when I do pick the crafty vets, they win. So the crafty vets just seem to always win. I mean, that's straight up what's happening. The crafty vets seem to win all the time. So I'm going with the crafty vet. Give me Alex Perez. I feel like he's a little bit better everywhere. I believe he's going to be the better grappler as well. He's hard to trust because he's so fluky sometimes. Sometimes he looks good. And sometimes he puts himself in a guillotine like he did against Asusam Abayev. Let's not do that again, Alex. Thanks. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, give me an Alex Perez decision here over Sumadarji to start the main card. Get the flyweights running here. Yeah. I think, like I said, I'm trusting the crafty vet. I'm not overthinking any of these. Crafty vet, Alex Perez gets it done. Decision. 2 fights that he's going to win in a row. 1 by knockout, 1 by decision. Shout out Alex Perez, former title challenger. We move up to the welterweights. We got Jake Matthews versus Carlston Harris. Jake Matthews, talk about a dude that's been around for a minute. Jake Matthews has been fighting for a long time in the UFC. So he's been around. He's well-rounded, but he's not elite anywhere. Let's be real. There's not I don't think of dude, when I think of good strike, like the best strikers in the UFC, I think of Jake Matthews. Nobody says that. When I think of the best wrestlers, I think of, no, they don't talk about Jake Matthews. Dude, jiu-jitsu guys on the ground, Jake, no. But he's not bad anywhere. He's just solid everywhere, you know? What is that? Jack of all trades, master of none. Is that the saying? You know what I'm saying, brother. But yeah, that's Jake Matthews. Carlston Harris, bro. Harris is a kill or be killed type of guy. Matthews just has way more experience than him. And he's fought better guys. Whether he's won or lost against him, it has been better guys. If Harris does win, it's going to be a knockout. He's going to clip Jake Matthews. But I'm not putting my faith into him to just catch Jake Matthews. So give me Jake Matthews to get the finish. I'm going to go with a round 2 submission from Jake Matthews. You know what? Because he's solid everywhere. This fight gets to the ground. I could see him getting clipped or getting wobbled by Harris. Harris starts pressuring forward. Matthews knows he's better on the ground. He can't get hit again. He's probably going to get knocked out. Takes it to the ground. Maybe find himself a little rear naked choke action. Maybe a head and arm. Maybe a ghillie. You know, nothing crazy. I don't think he's going to gooseneck him. I don't think he's going to put him in a toe hold, brother. Let's relax. I'm feeling like a rear naked choke. Something basic. Nothing crazy. Why not, Jake Matthews? Get it done. Jake Matthews, round 2 submission over Carlston Harris. I'll be very proud of myself if that one comes exactly to fruition. Let's do it. Shout out Jake Matthews. Let's move on to the bantamweights. Cameron Smotherman versus Kai Asakura. This one's very interesting because Kai Asakura, he's on watch here, bro. He is on watch because this dude is, if he loses this fight, all of his credibility out the window. All of ONE Championship's credibility is out the window. Because if you don't know, Kai Asakura was like a legend in ONE Championship, Rizin, not ONE Championship. I'm so sorry. ONE Championship still has all their credibility. It was Rizin that he was in. Kai Asakura was a Rizin champion. He was I think a double champ. Let me see if I wrote that down. I believe he was a double champ in Rizin. But anyway, double champ in Rizin or whatever. That was at bantamweight too. I believe their weight classes might have been a little bit different. I could be wrong, but he wasn't a 25er. He wasn't making 125. He comes to the UFC with all this hype, being this crazy champion in Rizin, and his UFC debut against the champ Alejandro Pantoja. Lands like a sick knee on Pantoja at one point, and then gets choked out in round 2. And everyone's like, all right, you know, it was his first time cutting to 25. He had a moment. He fought the best flyweight on the planet, so we'll cut him some slack. Give him Tim Elliott, crafty vet, gets guillotined by Tim Elliott. And everyone's like, oh, that's what it is. That's how this goes. So now, he gets to go back up to bantamweight, UFC bantamweight debut. He's taking on Cameron Smotherman. Bro, if he loses this fight, I'm telling you, he's done in the UFC, and Rizin has lost all credibility. So there's a lot riding on Kai Asakura in this fight. But luckily, he's taking on Cameron Smotherman, who is not a world beater. And Kai Asakura, the only time I ever see him struggle has been on the ground in the wrestling and the grappling. I don't believe Cameron Smotherman, despite his last name, is not going to try to take him down and smother men. Yeah, I believe it's going to be on the feet mostly. It's going to be a striking contest. This is a good fight for Kai Asakura to win to prove that, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this stuff. He needs to win this fight here. Cameron Smotherman, too, if you remember, I believe it was like UFC 324. He's the dude that face planted off the scale, just like straight onto the, like as Bisping was talking about, not feeling bad for guys cutting weight. Smotherman face plants. That was him. He claimed he didn't have a bad weight cut, but he made weight here for bantamweight. That was at bantamweight then. This one's also at bantamweight. He seems to be okay. So I don't know. But anyway, Kai Asakura, Cameron Smotherman. Dude, part of me, my gut just wants to say Cameron Smotherman, but there's no way, bro. I can't do it. Give me Kai Asakura to get it done. I believe I could see a decision because Smotherman's a tough dude. But I think Kai Asakura needs a finish, and I just feel that he'll get it. I feel it'll be a late finish. I'm going to go round 3 KO, TKO for Kai Asakura over Cameron Smotherman to keep his UFC hopes alive. Because I'm telling you, bro, if he loses to Cameron Smotherman, this could be bad for the boy, Kai Asakura. There's a lot riding on this for him, but I believe he'll rise in. See what I did there? To the occasion. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's move up. Coco Main. Heavyweights. Sergey Pavlovich versus Talashin Teixeira. This is such a weird fight for me. I don't think just for me. You know, I'm the only one that thinks this is weird. No, we all know this is a weird fight. Talashin Teixeira is what? 2-1 in the UFC. His one loss is a first round knockout to Derek Lewis. He beat Was it Justin Taffa or Junior Taffa? They're the same person to me. I really don't care which one it was. And then he has a decision. Look at me. A decision win over Tai Tuivasa. And I'm not talking good Tai Tuivasa. This was like not too long ago. The same Tai Tuivasa who just lost to Louis Sutherland. Really? No, I'm not picking Talashin Teixeira to beat Sergey Pavlovich. I mean, let's put some respect on Pavlovich's name again, bro. This was a time, people forget, man, Sergey Pavlovich was one of like the most feared heavyweight for a while, knocking out everybody. Then he gets put out by Tom Aspinall in an interim title fight. Ooh. But then he loses to Alexander Volkov. Ooh. But those aren't bad losses. That's the heavyweight champion of the world, and that's Volkov, who is like locked in as the number 2, number 3 heavyweight for his entire career. So those aren't bad losses. Then he bounces back and he beats Jairzinho Rosenstrike and then Waldo Cortez Acosta. Cortez Acosta is a good win. He just lost to Volkov too. That's a good win. So like he's bouncing back. He has insane knockout power. Talashin Teixeira is just super tall. He's like 6'7" or so. He's like 6'7". He's not super technical. He'll want to make it a slugfest. But the last dude I'd want to get into a slugfest with is Sergey Pavlovich. So yeah, Pavlovich is gonna win this fight. I could totally see it being a first round knockout, but I'm gonna play it a little bit safe. I'm gonna say Sergey Pavlovich gets it done. Round 2 knockout over Talashin Teixeira. Like I said, Teixeira's really. He's just a tall dude that likes to throw hands. He doesn't have a good gas tank. He's not a grappler. He's not a wrestler. Pavlovich is better everywhere. He's just shorter. That's literally the only thing. So he might struggle for like a minute to get inside. I just don't see a way Talashin Teixeira wins this fight. Then again, it is heavyweight and anything can happen. Excuse me. Anything can happen at heavyweight. But no, man. Give me Sergey Pavlovich to knock out Talashin Teixeira. And we're going to go round 2 knockout. Like I said, I could see round 1. I wouldn't be surprised for a round 1 knockout, but we're going round 2. Give me round 2, Pavlovich knockout. Then we move to the co-main event. Zhang Minyang versus Alonzo Metafield. Light heavyweight fights. This one's interesting because I want to say this is super lopsided. But you know another fight that I said was super lopsided? Zhang Minyang versus Johnny Walker. And how did that go? Johnny Walker TKO'd him due to leg kicks. Are we dead ass? So I'm nervous and I'm hesitant because that was the last time Zhang Minyang's fought. That's almost been a year or so ago now, which was also in China. He got the main event against Johnny Walker and gets his leg kicked off because he didn't know how to check a kick. But luckily for him, I don't know, dude. This is like deja vu because he's taking on Alonzo Metafield, who's known for getting knocked out. You know who else is known for getting knocked out? Johnny Walker, bro. There's no way Alonzo Metafield wins a co-main event, right? There's no way. There's no way. I can't do it. I'm still going to rock with Zhang Minyang to get it done. He's a big dude. He's got KO power. Luckily, like I said, here's how I wrote it. KO power for Minyang. Super KO-able for Metafield. That's a recipe for success for Zhang Minyang. But then again, so was Johnny Walker, so I'm a little bit nervous. But it's okay. I'm going to go with Zhang Minyang. I'm going to go round 2 on this one as well. Because I could totally see him knocking out Alonzo Metafield in like 20 seconds. But I believe after his last fight, he's going to come out a little more technical, a little more cautious. You know, maybe stick around at range, be a little too cautious. And in between rounds, his corner's like, dude, go out there and knock this dude out. And then he knocks him out. But if Alonzo Metafield, if I see him bouncing at range and popping calf kicks, dude, I might start tearing up because I know what's coming next. I know it's going to be a TKO via leg kicks for Alonzo Metafield, bro. I can't believe Johnny Walker did that to him. That was crazy. But anyway, enough of that. I am still going to go Zhang Minyang to get it done. Give me round 2 knockout TKO for Zhang Minyang over Alonzo Metafield in the co-main event. Alonzo Metafield co-main event, the big 2026, brother. Let's go. Why not? We're just doing whatever we want in the UFC, aren't we? Main event is up. In the bantamweight division, we got Song Yadong, not my dong, Yadong, taking on Davison Figueiredo. Figueiredo, one of the best flyweights of all time, had a great title run, great trilogy with Brandon Moreno. We all know Figgy, bro. But since he's come to bantamweight, he's beaten Cody Garbrandt. There's been more wins, trust me. I just can't remember off the top of my head for some random reason who he beat. I know he lost to Umar. I know he lost to Corey Sandhagen. And I believe there's one more loss in there too, you know? I don't know. He hasn't had the best run at bantamweight. It started off okay, and then once he started fighting the upper echelon of guys, he started losing. But you know who else loses to the upper echelon of guys at bantamweight? Song Yadong. Song Yadong is a very good boxer with good takedown defense, good cardio, but for some reason he can't win the big one. He just came off a close loss to Sean O'Malley. He lost to Peter Yan. Who else did he lose to at the top? Was it Corey Sandhagen? I want to say it was Corey Sandhagen. He beat Henry Cejudo via an eye poke. I think he beat Chito Vera at one point, which I do not rate a Chito Vera win. Anyway, enough on who they beat. You guys can look into that themselves. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, Song Yadong's going to be bigger. He's going to be stronger. He's going to be faster. I believe he'll be the better striker. Figueiredo will be the better grappler, but I believe he would struggle to take Song Yadong down. He's going to struggle to do so. And Figgy, man, I hate to say it, but he's washed. He's washed. Watch him fight. He's not the same guy he used to be. It's a shame. But, dude, he's old now. He's up a weight class. You know, he's big. I don't know who's going to be doing commentary, but if it were to be Mr. Joseph Rogan, he would talk about, man, how did Figgy ever make 125? It'd be that type of moment, but it's a fight night, so Joe Rogan won't be there. But and it's in China. But anyway, I think Song Yadong has all the advantages in this fight. Like I said, he's younger, he's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. He's a better striker than Figgy. He has good takedown defense. And Song Yadong's tough, dude. That dude's got a chin. He can take a punch. He's got a better chin than Figueiredo does right now. I could not comfortably pick Deiveson Figueiredo. I'm pretty confident in a Song Yadong win here over Deiveson Figueiredo. It's just a matter of if this was 3 rounds. If this was 3 rounds, I would probably pick a Song Yadong decision. But since it's 5, I'm going to go the Song Yadong knockout or TKO. Most likely a TKO. And it's going to be late. I'm going to say round 4. I could see round 3. But I'm going to go round 4. Song Yadong, 4th round, knockout TKO over Deiveson Figueiredo. Like I said, Figgy's washed, bro. He's washed. He's not going to be as strong. He's not going to be as big. Song Yadong's a better striker. He's going to defend the takedowns well. Figgy's going to struggle. Yeah. I'm pretty confident Song Yadong get this one done. And then what do you do with Song Yadong, bro? I don't know, because you can't beat any of the top guys. He's super fun to watch. I love watching Song Yadong fight. This will be a good little go home happy moment for the crowd too, because of course Song Yadong, being from China, he can win the main event in China against a former champion, even though it was a flyweight champion. It was still one of the best flyweight champions in Deiveson Figueiredo. So yeah, it'll be a good little moment for them. But what's next for Song Yadong? I don't know. He's gonna be the guy that at bantamweight you need to bounce back and get yourself close to a title shot. You beat Song Yadong. Look at Peter Yan did. He's a champ now. Sean O'Malley beat him. Now he's fighting Amin Zahabi. See, same thing, right? Same thing. But no, give me Song Yadong, 4th round knockout TKO over Deiveson Figueiredo. And I believe those are going to be my breakdown and predictions for UFC Fight Night in China tomorrow. I'm excited for the UFC to be back. I got a busy weekend, but I will be watching this card. I'm very excited. There's a lot of fights I'm excited for. A lot of guys I'm going to learn some stuff about. There were some names that I recognize. There were some names, they're making their debut, so it'll be fun to watch them in the UFC, see how they do. Just keep making the brain bigger, expanding my knowledge of UFC fighters. I'm going to continue to make great picks, starting with this card. It's good to be back. I'm bouncing back. This is my bounce back card, bro. Let's go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know who you think is going to win these fights. I think there's some good, fun fights on here. Not the worst fight nights we've seen this year. I'm talking to you, Malott Burns card. I'm talking to you, Duncan Moicano. On paper. Before there's someone, dude, do you not remember this fight from this? Yes, bro, I get it. There was good fights on the card. But on paper, this one doesn't look too bad. Especially the main card. I'm really liking the main card on this one. So, anyway, enough yapping. Let me know how you guys think of my picks. Let me know who you think's going to win. And then I believe after this, we got Bonfim and Bilal Muhammad, maybe. I'll have to double check that. Oh, nope, I kind of see it right there on the screen. I see Fight Night MU, so it's going to be Muhammad Respond team. So that'll be next. Excited for that one. More predictions. Remember, the name Bilal Muhammad is back. Let's go. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel and stuff like that. I really do appreciate that stuff. I love making these videos. Check out my last video. It was a fun one. Seemed to be doing pretty well. I did a watch-along, like, breakdown of my last win in MMA. So that was pretty cool. I got a lot more fights I want to do that with. I'm going to be doing some interviews, fun interview stuff coming up with some fighters from Ohio because, you know, me being an Ohio boy. I'm going to do some stuff there. Working on a lot of cool stuff that I'm excited to bring. Follow my social medias. TikTok and Instagram, showtime.tv04, same like it is here on YouTube for all my short form content stuff. Has to do with MMA and UFC, mainly UFC and Ohio-based MMA stuff, professional Ohio stuff. So if you're interested in that, follow me there. I'd appreciate it. Like my stuff on there. And if you're interested in following my main stuff, my personal account on Instagram, I.am_Connor Smith, if you guys are interested in that. I'll leave some links to that stuff in the description. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. I will see you in the recap when we go over how great and correct my picks were for UFC Fight Night Song Yadong versus Davison Figueiredo. Let's go.